Majestic Princess has a much larger casino than most Royal Class Princess ships, but is it better? In this episode of the Chill Cruiser, I'll give you a full tour and share my experience with the slot machines after an 8-day Alaska cruise in May. Hey cruisers, Andrew from Ottawa, Canada here. Welcome to the Chill Cruiser, where I review premium cruise ships from a chill perspective and share tips and tools on how to save time, money, and grief on your cruise vacations. In this episode, I'll give you a tour of the casino on Majestic Princess after spending 8 days on board for an Alaskan cruise in early May. Since Majestic was designed to sail in and out of China, Majestic has some major modifications from other Royal Class ships, with a larger casino being one of them. They moved the bar to a large, separate but connected space with lots of sports screens and plush seating. Slot players will be happy to know that they've filled all of the additional space with more slot machines, bringing the total to more than 140 mostly big-name slots with 10 tables. I'll walk you through all of them in a minute. Like all other cruise lines though, except Celebrity and Foo Holland America ships, Princess does allow smoking in their casinos, so there is a smoking section on the starboard side of the tables. You don't really notice it if you're playing on the non-smoking side, but it can obviously be right in your face on the smoking side. The casino did a pretty good job of ventilating the smoke to minimize irritation. On my cruise, the casino wasn't open as often as usual because we sailed in and out of Vancouver and left 2 ports later in the evening. The ship sailed out of Vancouver at 11 p.m., so the casino was closed the entire first day. It seems that for all Alaska-bound ships departing Vancouver, it takes about 6 hours to reach international waters, so they couldn't open the slots until early in the morning of day 2. Once we were in Alaska, it was back to normal with the casino opening about an hour after leaving each port. The casino then closed at around 8 p.m. on the last night as we sailed back into Canadian waters. Okay, so I'll start with slots and then show all of the table games with their minimum and maximum bets and odds. One unique thing about using slot machines on Princess is that there are no tickets. Everything is stored in a bank that's connected to your medallion, which lets you do pretty much everything on the ship. To add credits, you can easily charge your room without any service fees, and of course you can also use cash too. When you cash out of a machine, or if you don't play the machine for a few minutes while you're tapped in, your balance automatically gets transferred to your bank. When you tap into a machine, you can choose to transfer your entire bank balance or an amount of your choice, which is extremely helpful if you're trying to stick to a spend limit for each machine before you walk away. Let's start the full tour of slots starting with the non-smoking port side. The selection of machines is actually one of the best and most modern I've seen at sea, with one exception that I'll cover in a moment. Since the ship was designed for China, you won't be surprised to see a lot of options like 88 Fortunes and Dancing Drums, but you'll also notice several games in the popular Locket Link, Fire Link, Dragon Link, and Lightning Link franchises. Lots of links. Fans of the newer Buffalo games will be disappointed. The only Buffalo option in the entire casino is on these Wonder 4 boost machines. They have the original Buffalo game as one of the 4 game options, but there's no dedicated machine for Buffalo Gold or any of the newer Buffalo games that you find in other Princess ships like Regal Princess. I was, though, really disappointed with Dragon Link since I've seen them pay out multiple times on the same cruise, and I never saw any of the 4 machines pay anything big this time around. And believe me, there was a small group of dedicated people trying very hard throughout the cruise to get them to pay, with no luck. Moving on to the smoking side, it may or may not surprise you to know that some of the more entertaining options are over here. They're actually side by side, starting with Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and then Wonder Woman Gold, which is the machine that got me into slots in the first place. I just love the bonus sequence in that game. Overall, I wasn't feeling any love from any of the machines the entire cruise, except for the afternoon of the first sea day, when almost every machine I touched seemed to be paying. I saw only one hand pay the entire week. Several people I met in the casino said they felt the same. I've actively bet in 6 cruise ship casinos on 3 lines since the cruise restart, and I would say that the payout was below average for a cruise ship casino, and significantly below average compared to a land-based casino, which won't surprise you. There was a whole team of very friendly bar servers circulating throughout the casino every time I was there, so the fact that the bar was moved to a separate room wasn't much of an issue. But I must admit, I much prefer when the bar is located right in the casino, because that's where you often meet all the fun people in between games. Moving on to tables, I'm not an experienced table player, so I unfortunately can't offer much commentary here, except to say that there were several blackjack tables with minimum bets ranging from $5 to $25 and maximum bets ranging from $100 to $2,500. They also had tables for Heads Up Hold'em, Fun 21, and 3-Card Prime. There were 2 roulette tables, as well as a craps table that I unfortunately didn't get a picture of. Summing up, the casino at Majestic Princess has a larger selection of slots than other Royal Class Princess ships, and the same selection of tables with great bar service. Just don't expect to win much on the slots, since they didn't seem to pay out much during my cruise. Okay, so that's a wrap for this episode of the Chill Cruiser. Please let me know what you think in the comments. If you're interested in learning more about the ship, check out my full review here. And if you're interested in more videos like this, including details on cruise casino comps and perks, please subscribe so you don't miss a beat. Thank you for watching, and happy cruising.